Pricing out your loans inside of UWM using the easy qualifier. So it's very simple. Once you're on your main page here, you're going to go to price a loan and you're going to hit easy qualifier. Here, it's going to bring up our page to start putting in some information. Now, keep in mind, you just need to fill out the places and the boxes where the red asterisk mark is. So we'll start from left to right. Loan officer, I'll just go ahead and look for myself. So you'll see right here, I'll go ahead and choose that. Borrower's name, I'm going to just go ahead and put John Smith, just a very generic name here. Loan type, conventional. Loan amount, sales price, appraisal price. So in this case, I'll just put 400,000. Okay, sales price as well, 400,000. We're going to do 95% LTV. So I'm going to just put 95 here, and you're going to see it's automatically going to pop in that loan amount up here of 380,000. This is a purchase. If it was anything different, refinance, you would put it here. Scrolling up over here, making sure it's a primary residence. If not, if it's investment or a secondary residence, you would designate it here. Make sure all of this is accurate so you get the correct pricing. Again, this is a single family residence. We definitely have to fill in the state. California, now it's going to populate the county. We're going to just do Fresno here for property tax reasons. Okay, and also AMI searches. Moving on over, it automatically populates at the threshold of a 700 score, but whatever the mid FICO is, you can go ahead and change it here. Monthly income, we'll just go ahead and put what the monthly income is. Let's just say this is 5,000 per month. And DTI, is it over 40? Yes or no? Now, this loan level pricing adjustment hasn't taken place quite yet, but we already have it in there just in case. I'm going to just put no for now. Mortgage insurance type, it's automatically going to populate to BPMI, which is borrower paid mortgage insurance. You can do LPMI, split, do single premiums, but for the most part, it's borrower paid here. Okay, so lastly, we want to make sure, I'll go ahead and move my screen over, that it's a 30-day lock or whatever lock it's designated as. If this is a correspondent loan, one thing I forgot to mention, the very beginning, make sure this is checked over here. If it's not a correspondent, uncheck it, then you'll have the option for borrower paid or lender paid. Okay. Nothing else is asterisk mark. So we're going to just go ahead and get our quote. This can take about 5 or 10 seconds, depending on how the rates are pulling through, how the UWM server is, but that should be pulling up. And every time you run this easy qualifier, they are live rates. As you can see, it's going to give us our best options at first, the Freddie Mac Home Possible or Fannie Mae Home Ready. Remember, there are some red tapes to these programs, so if you are going to look into these, make sure you qualify with the AMI. Okay, I'm going to just go ahead and scroll down to the conventional conforming 30-year fixed here, and we're going to click on see more rates. And here we'll be able to see what interest rate we want. Okay, anything in parentheses goes back to us, does not get disclosed on the LE or CD. Anything here would be a cost for the rate. So this is what rates are looking like today, June 9th, 2023. One thing I want to mention, everything here is 1/8% for the most part. You'll see that there. And most lenders, when they price out, are usually 1/8%. So we also have exact rate. So remember, in case we wanted to do something here, we could go to exact rate, target rate, and let's say we want to do a 7.238, just some kind of wonky number there. But I'm a big fan of selling to the nearest thousandth decimal because it differentiates yourself. It shows that you're scraping for the very bottom line for your client. So instead of just being like everyone else, selling in the 1/8 of a percentile, why don't we sell on the nearest thousandth and show our valuation difference here? So as you can see, bam, right there, we can do exact rate. So you don't have to go to the every 1/8 of a percent. Here, we can put it in just like so. And also, just remember, we can do any year loan from a 10-year to 30-year. Most other lenders go in 5-year increments. So they can do a 5-year, 10-year, 10-year, 15-year, 20-year, 25, or 30. Here with our correspondent line, we can do any increment between 10 and 30. We can do 11-year, a 17-year, a 23-year, a 27-year, whatever it might be. We definitely can do that. And especially in this market, that helps out a lot when we're a mortgage advisor. We may want to ask them, how old do you want to be when you retire? If we do the calculations, it's in maybe 23 years, we could give them a 23-year mortgage to see if that's something that they would like, or we could revert back to a 30-year fix. But now you have the option closed. But this is pricing out your loan. You can do it from your phone. These are live rates. You should be able to pull an interest rate at any time as long as you have the information needed here in the red asterisk marks.